Welcome back to Midco Sports Tonight. Time to reveal the South Dakota basketball #1 teams. Let's start with the Class AA boys. The Aberdeen Golden Eagles have 6 seniors leading the way as they enter the season at #1 despite a sub-500 record last year. Cole Bergen headlines a group of experienced players with a lot of talent. Now moving to girls AA, Aberdeen also comes in at #1 on the girls poll. Many believe Peyton Burkhart is the most talented athlete in the state and leads the team as they try to get their 2nd state title in the last 3 years. This Eagles team returns everyone from last year except Malia Munga, who suffered an injury during the volleyball season. In Class A boys, the Titans won last year's state title and return 4 starters. That's a good case for them coming in at the top spot. The junior Class 4T is strong and is headlined by Noah Friedel, who can take games over on offense. In Class A girls, St. Thomas More has won 4 titles in a row and are coming into the season as the favorites to get their 5th. Just 2 seniors graduated from last year's team, and they have plenty of experience to defend their title. In boys Class B, Bridgewater Emery took the class by storm last year and went undefeated on their way to a state title. This season they have 3 starters back, including Sawyer Schultz. At the point, they could be on their march to another outstanding season. And finally, in Class B girls, the defending champs are the favorites to repeat with 3 returning starters. The Chargers, Sully Buttes, graduated 2 seniors who are currently playing college basketball but have a lot of depth and will come into the season with Rachel Guthmiller leading the way. So time to bring in Jason Andera to see if he agrees or disagrees with these preseason rankings. So it's so great to be talking hoops with you, Jandy.
Yes it is, Kelly.
All right, we're going to start with those #1s, and not to be negative, but did you disagree with any of these teams in the top spots?
Well, you know what? This year, the entire media, radio, newspaper, TV people all got together and made their polls. In the past, I've done my own power ranking, so I do have a little disagreement, and it starts with the girls B. I don't think Sully Buttes has what it takes to get it done this year. I think the Rustlers, they are losing a couple players from last year, but with this girl, Carly Gustafson, back, I think they're going to be strong and make a strong case to be the #1 team. I'm one of only 2 people who believe that, though, so, take that with a grain of salt.
Hey, you heard it here first. All right, we're going to stay with girls basketball. We're going to talk Class A. St. Thomas More is just an outstanding team going for their 5th title in a row. We all know the Duffies that have gone through there.
Yep.
But do you feel like anyone could get in their way of doing that this season?
I think a team like Lennox could really trip them up. You look at a team like Lennox, they've got a player named Madison Vlastrin. She's just a sophomore this year. She got them all the way to the finals last season, and with that kind of talent, they're going to cause some definite uproar in this class. It won't be as easy for St. Thomas More. I really also like Vermilion. They have Haley Melstad, who's an excellent player, and a really young company. They've got a lot of players that can get it done. So even though they're #4 there, I think they're maybe a 1 or 2 right in between there somewhere. And Del Rapids is another good team as well.
All right, exciting to see it. But Class AA, the O'Gorman Knights went on to win the title last year after a 500 season. That does not happen. But do you think something like this could happen again this year, Jandy?
It's wide open once again. This AA class is always wide open. And as you see, Aberdeen Central comes in at #1, but you've got O'Gorman right there at #3, a very young team. Then you've got the Harrisburg Tigers with Janai Ugofsky, a very strong team as well. But there's a reason Aberdeen is the preseason #1 team. They have everyone back, like everyone, Kelly, except for Malia Munga, who is out with an injury during volleyball. Everybody else is back. They've got the best player in the state in Peyton Burkhart. I think they're going to make a case to be the best team in the entire class.
All right, we shall see. But let's move on to boys basketball. We'll start in Class B with the undefeated Bridgewater Emery Huskies. This team kind of surprised everyone last year. So this year, they're going to be on everyone's radar, Jandy.
Yeah, right. The Huskies aren't going to sneak up on anybody this year. They're going to be the team with the target on their back all season long, and it's led by their point guard, Sawyer Schultz. He got it done last season, and he has a tremendous group of athletes back together this year, like Jamin Aaron. We're going to see if Cole Gassman comes back, but these guys are going to get it done, and his head coach, Scott Schultz, believes they can get it done as well.
To win the title and to go undefeated, and we just took one game at a time last year, and we just kind of played whoever was next up, and I think the kids really bought into that, and we never really looked at the record. We never really looked at anything, too far ahead. So going to try to have that same philosophy this year. You know, we know it's a brand new year. We lost some key kids, so we're going to have to replace those guys from last year. But you know, we're excited to get started.
You can see it right there. Another stocked class. I think Sully Buttes might be the team to watch that will contend with Bridgewater Emery.
All right, well, Jandy, looking at Class A, the 3 teams at the top are all DAC 12 teams. T. Madison and Sioux Falls Christian should all be really good.
I think so, and I think Madison might be the team really to watch here. With Aaron Fegan going to SDSU in a couple years, he's going to be a real tremendous player for Madison, but any of those 3 teams could make a case for getting it done, and they're going to all beat up on each other during the schedule. Let's hear from the returning champs, T, their coach, Chris Beckner.
We have a very difficult schedule this year, and it starts difficult. And so we've got to be locked in, ready to go when our first game starts. And we feel that we've got a lot of experience coming back from last year's group. And so we're going to have to really test that experience early on in the season to kind of gauge where we're at and kind of get our feet underneath us.
And finally, Class AA boys. A lot of star power in this class, but what do we need to know about AA?
Well, we need to know that it is a lot of good teams at the top, and I don't think that your rankings are going to look like this in a week, let alone in a month, let alone at the end of the year. A lot of good teams to talk about, and I'll break this all down on my blog. So I'll be looking for that on midcosn.com.
All right, great stuff. Thank you so much, Jandy. All right, coming up after the break, many South Dakotans are Minnesota Vikings fans, but you might not know how well some South Dakota natives outside of the players are actually connected to this NFL team. Our SD Vikings Connection Midco Mag story is next on Midco Sports Tonight.